DreAllDay.com.
Now, and I want to give y'all 3 instantly useful motivations. What's going on? You doing good, Jessica? That's great. Miss Tracy Moss, good morning to you. I'm gonna give y'all 3 instantly useful motivations. We all need motivation, right? We all want motivation. More motivation. I don't think more motivation has ever hurt anybody. Motivation always helps us. Motivation gives us the energy to keep going. Motivation gets us going when we don't feel like going. And motivation helps us deliver at a higher level even when we do feel like it. The more motivation we get, the better work we do. That's just how it is. The more things we do, the better we do it, the better we feel about doing it, and the better results we get, the better response we get from other people. So I have never seen a detriment to having more motivation. So I'm gonna give you 3 motivations that you can use right now, and you can start using anytime that you want. And the way Periscope actually leave the streams up there, so I'm gonna leave these streams up here on Periscope, so at least the ones since they made the change, so that y'all can see these whenever you want to. So let me give you these 3 real quick. Number 1 thing that can get you motivated real quick at the exact moment that you are doing anything, doesn't matter where you at, what you're doing, give yourself a better reason to do it. Give yourself a better reason to be motivated. When I say a better reason to be motivated, I don't mean that you're going to double the amount of money you want to make. I say a better reason, meaning what is the meaning behind it? What is it that you gain from it personally outside of the material possessions? If you don't have one of those reasons for doing what you're doing, then you're going to have a hard time getting motivated. On the really tough days, the days where the energy is not really that high, maybe you didn't get a lot of sleep, maybe you didn't eat any good food, maybe things just not going the right way. If you don't have a really compelling reason to do what you're doing, then it's going to be hard to get motivated. It's going to be hard to get inspired. But the problem is, most of us, we don't have the luxury of not working when we're not motivated, when we're not inspired, when we don't have a real reason. We still got to go do the work. And that's when we do uninspiring work. We do average shit, and then most people are not going to respond to that. You ever did some average, uninspiring work and people just didn't respond to it, but then you got motivated? You didn't get any better skill-wise, but you got a better reason to do it, and all of a sudden everybody was responding to your work, even though it was pretty much the same skill set delivered the work. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So you need to get yourself a better reason to do anything. Give yourself a better reason to do anything. You will instantly be more motivated. Number 2 way that you can get more motivated, and you can use any one of these. You don't have to do all 3. So if one of these works for you, use 1. If 2 work, use 2. If all 3 work, use all 3. Number 2 thing you can do to get yourself motivated instantly anytime you're doing anything is identify your enemy. Identify your enemy. Identify what is the thing you don't want. You know, people sometimes say, well, I want to get motivated. I want to do more things, but I don't know what my reason is. I don't know what I want. I don't really know what my goal is. So here's the easy way to figure out what your goal is. What is your goal not? What is the thing you don't want? What's an outcome or a circumstance that you absolutely don't want to happen? I was listening to Michael Jordan one time talk. Once people found out that Michael Jordan was super competitive, they said, Michael Jordan, what is it that motivates you to keep winning so many times? And I mean, he had different reasons to get motivated, but one thing I heard him say once was, it's not so much that I need to win, is that I just don't want to see the other guy win. I don't want to see the other team win. That motivates me sometimes. Not even about me getting the trophy, it's about them not getting the trophy. So the idea is here, when I say identify your enemy, identify what is the thing you don't want. Who is the person who doesn't believe in you reaching your goal, who you don't want to prove them right by coming up short? Who is that person? What's the situation that happened in your life that really pissed you off, really got you upset and angry, that had you motivated in the moment that it happened, and you maybe you forgot about over the years since you've been doing so many different things. You forgot about that time you were really angry at a person who really didn't believe in you, or somebody who was a naysayer going against you. Who is the enemy? You must identify the enemy. Now, enemy does not have to be a person. The enemy can be a situation. The enemy could be something going on in your head. The enemy could be a certain outcome that you don't want. But identify your enemy. Once you're clear who your enemy is, you're clear what you're going against, it's easy to go forward. When you know exactly what you're fighting against. If you're trying to fight against a ghost, you don't know who you're fighting against. You don't know what you're trying to get away from. Then it's hard to get away because you could go in any direction. You have no compass. So number 2 is identify your enemy. Number three way to get yourself more motivated is get a bigger goal. Get a bigger goal. Now, the goal is different from the reason. The reason is something that kind of comes internally, something that really fulfills you as a person for doing it. A goal is something that you can write down. A goal is something that you can see, feel, and touch. A goal is something that you can achieve and you can say to somebody, look, I was here and I got here. Get yourself a bigger goal. Now, here's the thing with the goals. Whatever your goal is, if you're going to make your goal bigger, if you're going to 10x your goal or double your goal or triple your goal, this is very important. You have to have a reasonable belief that you can actually reach a higher goal. So if your goal is to make $1 million in the next 5 years, you got to have a reasonable belief that you have some mechanism, some way that you're going to get there. If you don't have a reasonable belief that you can actually get there, and you raise your goal from $1 million to $100 million, then it's actually going to demotivate you, because you have no belief that you're going to get to the goal. That's pretty much the same as having no goals whatsoever. So when you raise your goal, when you give yourself bigger goals, you have to raise your belief at the same time. You have to have a higher level of belief that you can actually reach that goal. Now, if you want to learn how you can set a higher level of belief, I'm going to give you 2 ways you can do it. Tomorrow, I will be giving a speech at a place called Creative Mornings, Fort Lauderdale, in Access Space in Fort Lauderdale on Las Olas. Now, if you don't live in Fort Lauderdale, don't even know where that place is, don't worry, because guess what? I will be live streaming that talk tomorrow, where I will be talking about belief. I will be live streaming it tomorrow, live right here on Periscope. So make sure you are locked into Periscope. Make sure you got your notifications on. I will be live streaming that tomorrow. The event starts at 8:30. I'll probably start talking somewhere between 8:30 and 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. I will live stream it on Periscope. If you don't catch it in the moment, again, these streams are going to stay up there, so you'll be able to catch it later. And the other way you can learn how to step that belief up is I got a course on my website called Bulletproof Mindset. That's at dreallday.com/bulletproof, like a bulletproof vest. That is an 8-week course all about mindset, mental toughness, confidence, self-discipline, negativity, positivity, goals, all that stuff that I always talk about, all in that course, 8-week course on my website, dreallday.com/bulletproof. Other than that, I'm going to leave y'all with 2 things. Number 1, I'm on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. Y'all got any questions for me, I will take them on Snapchat. I'll take a couple questions right here before we wrap up. And I got a podcast called Work on Your Game. My podcast is called Work on Your Game. Of course, the podcast is free. It's every day. It's on iTunes. We on Stitcher, and we on SoundCloud. So just look up Work on Your Game podcast, or look up my name, Dre Baldwin, and you'll find my podcast there. Again, that's every single day. If you like what I just told you right here, I do this every single day on my podcast called Work on Your Game. So let me take a couple questions. Anybody got a question, hit me with the question right now. My name's Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. I saw some people came in later if you didn't know who I am. Do I follow Tai Lopez? I do not follow Tai Lopez. One of my aspirations for the near future, to give a good speech tomorrow morning. That's the near future, tomorrow, right? Can't take any other questions. This is Dre All Day. I'm on, well, you already know my Twitter. Twitter's connected to Periscope. My Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. I do take questions on Snap. I do respond to snaps. So if you send me a good question, I will respond to it. And my email is dre@dreallday.com. My website, dreallday.com. Any questions? Do I know the Hodge twins on YouTube? I've heard of them. I don't know them. I've never really watched them. I don't really watch a lot of YouTube videos, ironically. I make a lot of videos, but I don't watch a lot of videos. My recap of NBA Finals Game 3 will be up in a moment. As soon as I go in the house, I'm going to put that video up. It's already ready. Am I going to do not a prediction, I'm doing a recap. The recap/prediction is coming out this morning. As soon as I go in the crib, as soon as I get done with this. What book am I reading right now is Over the Top by Zig Ziglar. Over the Top by Zig Ziglar. If you want to get my entire list of book recommendations, go to dreallday.com/read. Like, read a book, dreallday.com/read. I got a list of recommendations by subject, by topic. They're all there. So for sports, for interpersonal relationships, for business, for dealing with the opposite sex, I got all of that stuff. It's on a list, dreallday.com/read. We updating the website right now too. dreallday.com is about to be revamped. Well, we actually revamping it now, but you can't see it until it's done. Biggest goal I have set for myself, to help other people figure out their goals. So the biggest goal I got is for you to figure out what yours is, and then you won't be concerned with mine. Don't take that personal. What's my favorite book that I have written there? Good. Probably the first one. I gotta say the first one, because it's the first one, that's why. I'm ingrained in minds. I appreciate that. I'm not married. I'm not single, but I'm not married. All right, we wrapping this one up. At Dre All Day. At Dre Baldwin is my Snapchat. Y'all can hit me there on Snap. I will be there all day, every day. Everybody, my NBA Finals recap/preview for game. What could you not do with more confidence? Less attention to the negativity of other people. More focus on your goals than nothing else. And not letting unfortunate circumstances slow you down. Would all of those help you out? Well, go to dreallday.com/bulletproof. Check out my new 8-week course called Bulletproof Mindset. Get started, and I'll see you over there. Work on your If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is @Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known. Getting the exposure you want and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game.
Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball.